Welcome, dear children, to this session in physics from the chapter Electricity. So here we'll be discussing one of the most important effects of electric current. Children, in your lower classes, you have studied many of the effects of electric current. Do you remember? What happens when electric current flows through a conducting solution? Chemical reactions takes place, bubbles are produced. Yeah, that was chemical effect of electric current you studied in 8th standard. What happens when electric current passes through a wire? A magnetic field is produced around it. That was magnetic effect of electric current you studied in 7th standard. So here we are going to study about heating effect of electric current. And the law related to it is Joule's law. So let's start. What do you mean by heating effect of electric current? When electric current flows through a conductor or a wire, it gets heated up. This effect of electric current is called heating effect of electric current. Children, in our daily life, we use many appliances which work on the heating effect of electric current. Maybe it an iron box or a geyser or an immersion coil or a hair dryer, toaster, etc. etc. So let us think about an iron box. How does it work, children? Yeah, we plug it, that means the electrical energy in it is converted to heat energy, and this heat energy is used by us to iron our clothes. So actually it is one of the great advantage of the heating effect of electric current. Children, look this image or picture. You can see one of the adverse effects of heating effect of electric current. So due to more and more amount of heat produced in the wires, what has happened is it has led to the damage of the wires or the fire you can see. You know that most of the appliances, when they work for a long time, they produce heat. If we touch at their sides, we can feel the temperature. So actually we can say that this is a great disadvantage. That means some amount of energy is wasted by the appliances. Okay, let us now continue. Let us now think the cause of heating effect of electric current. When we connect a conductor to a source of electricity, we know that the electrons are in continual motion. So these electrons are colliding with each other, and also more and more collision happens, and these electrons start to bounce over other atoms and ions, causing unfavorable vibrations or movements which lead to more and more collisions, and hence we can say that the work is done to move the electrons from one point to the other. So whatever work is done, some part of it is converted into heat. So when electric current is constituted within a conductor, work has to be done. So this work is that appears as heat. So this explains the heating effect of electric current. Let us now try to derive an equation to find the heat generated in a current carrying wire. So let I be the current that is flowing through a wire of resistance R. Let W be the work done to move a charge Q from one point of the conductor to the other. Then children, we know that potential difference can be calculated using the equation V is equal to W by Q. And from that, if we modify, we get W is equal to V into Q, that is equation 1. Also, we know the equation to calculate current, that is I is equal to Q by T. And from that, we can modify and rearrange and get Q is equal to IT. So when we substitute that Q is equal to IT in the equation 1, we get W is VIT. So this work that is done, some amount of it appears as heat. So in the place of W, we are putting heat, that is H is equal to VIT. Children, also from Ohm's law, we know that I is equal to V by R, and when we substitute in the previous equation, we get H is equal to V into V by R into T, that is V square by R into T. And again, by putting V is equal to IR, we transform our equation as H is equal to I square RT, and this is Joule's equation. So children, this formula is used, or it gives us a relationship, or it allows us to calculate the heat produced in a wire through which a current I flows, and it has a resistance R, and the current flows in a time t. So H is equal to I square RT. See, this relationship was found by a scientist, James Prescott Joule, hence it's given by the name Joule's equation. Now just let us go to Joule's law. Let us state it. Joule's law of heating. Joule's law states that heat produced in a resistor is directly proportional to, first one, the square of the current for a given resistance. That means if we increase the amount of current through a resistor, the amount of heat produced in it goes on increasing, and if we decrease, the amount of heat decreases. Or if we double the amount of current, what happens to the heat produced? It becomes 4 times. And if we half it, it reduces to 1/4. Okay, second one, it is directly proportional to the resistance of a given current. That means if we increase the resistance in a wire, the amount of heat produced in that wire also gets increased. So if we decrease the amount of resistance, the heat produced is also less. That means it's very clear, because the amount of collision increases, the amount of heat produced in it will also be more. Okay, third one, that means the heat produced is directly proportional to the time for which the electric current flows through the conductor. More is the time that we allow the current to flow through a particular resistor, more is the amount of heat, and vice versa. So we get the equation H is equal to I square RT that we discussed in the previous slides, and this is the expression for Joule's law, and this is the statement for Joule's law of heating. So the heat produced in a resistor mainly depends on the current that is flowing through it, the resistance of the conductor, and the time for which the current flows through the conductor. Children, one thing we have to note, that all the appliances which are working on electricity don't convert all the electrical energy into heat energy. For example, take the case of an electric fan. So the electrical energy that it is consuming, majority of this energy it is using for its running. Only a little amount of energy is converted into heat, or it's wasted as heat. That's why we feel the warmth after its use for a long time. But other devices, other heating devices like iron box or kettle or etc., they have coils or heating coils or elements in them which have some peculiar properties, due to which they convert majority of the electric energy they receive into heat energy. Hope it is clear. Children, now let us look into some of the applications of heating effect of electric current. Already we have discussed, let us just conclude it. All the heating devices, they work on the principle of heating effect of electric current. So in all these devices we have special coils or heating coils which are usually made up of alloys. Children, you know what is the meaning of an alloy? They are combination of elements. So nichrome, normally the used alloy is nichrome. It's a combination of nickel, chromium, manganese and iron. So this particular coil has high resistivity. You know the meaning of resistivity. That means resistance is very high. So the amount of collision that takes place is very high. So as a result, the coil becomes red hot and it gives out heat as the amount of current through it increases. Electric heating is also used to produce light in electric bulbs. Children, in incandescent bulbs or in filament bulbs, the thin wire that gives off light is called as a filament. You know, usually this filament is made up of a material or a metal called as tungsten. This tungsten has many peculiarities. It has a high melting point. It is highly flexible. That means it can be made very, very thin. It has low rate of evaporation. That means it doesn't oxidize or burst at high temperature. And also it has a comparable value of resistivity. So this particular tungsten, when electric current flows through it, it becomes white hot and it glows. Electric fuse is also one of the application of heating effect of electric current. A fuse is a safety device that is connected in series with the domestic circuit. And it is a wire that is made up of an alloy of tin and lead, and it has a very low melting point and it has a high resistance. So if the current exceeds a specific value, the fuse wire gets heated up and it melts off and it protects the remaining domestic appliances. So children, hope you understood it. Thank you.